breaking up a little bit. There we go. And it's breaking up a little bit. That's pretty good. She'll know how to moderate. I think we should. Thank you, David.
Hello. Good afternoon, folks. And welcome to A.B. Weathersby Field for our 2013 Senior Night. On the field is head coach Trey Henson, athletic director John Ward, and Clarke Central High School principal Dr. Robbie Hooker. Each player will walk onto the field with his family to be recognized. Tonight we are celebrating our 5 seniors. Together they have pitched and caught and fielded hundreds of balls and provided lots of laughs along the way. This group of players has gone undefeated in the Classic City Championship, clinching the title for the 4th straight year last night. We are grateful for their leadership, dedication to the Gladiator tradition, and for sharing the love of baseball. They have been a great example of what team looks like, and they will be missed. We are so proud of them and look forward to all the great things their futures hold. First up tonight is number 21, Luke Bennett. Escorted by his parents, Jane and Wesley Bennett. Nickname, Bennett. Luke is described by his teammates as manly. Favorite food, steak, of course. Favorite movie, Shooter. Memory about the field and the team. Luke would like to amend his most memorable moment, as it occurred just Monday night with a home run against Loganville at Loganville. Also watching Tucker hit a home run over the CCHS scoreboard. And a special thank you from Luke. He'd like to thank his parents for their love and support. Luke's achievements: 3-year letterman in baseball, football letterman, and a 4-year honor roll. Luke will be attending college in the fall. Next up, number 19, Tucker Crumpton. Escorted by parents Chuck and Krista Crumpton. His nicknames, Tuck. Favorite food, pizza. His favorite movie, Remember the Titans. Tucker is described by his teammates as sweet, charming, and relaxed. His memory about the field and the team is watching Chris Resby scale the outfield fence while being chased by Coach Henson's dog at practice, and hitting a home run over the Clarke Central scoreboard against Salem. Tuck wants to thank especially Coach Eric Smith for his continued support and advice, both on the field and in the classroom. He also gives the best pregame hugs. Don't be jealous, Miss Tuggle. Among Tucker's achievements, honor roll, all 4 years, 4-year letterman in baseball, 2-year letterman in football, all Northeast area first team in football 2012, and all region 8-5A first team in football 2012. Tucker will be attending Kennesaw State University in the fall. Next up, number 16, shortstop, Hunter Cutts. Escorted by Creighton Cutts, Kevin, Ashley Joyce, Olivia, and Paloma. Hunter's nickname, Dingle Toes. Hunter is described by his teammates as comedic. Favorite food, brownies, and the favorite movie, Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. Nice. Memory about the field of bringing the team together for team dinners after games and finally getting some home runs. Special thanks to my grandfather, Sonny, for being very supportive and being great to talk with about baseball. Hunter will be attending UGA in the fall. Number 23, Jack Elliott Gower. Escorted by his mom, Mimi Elliott Gower, and sisters Katie and Claire. Jack's dad has to be at an event at Georgia College tonight, but writes to say, "I'm so proud of you and your teammates, Jack. You guys have really hung in there as a team. Have a great night." Nicknamed EG, and sometimes Elliot Gomez. Jack is described by his teammates as dedicated. His favorite food, his mom's fettuccine alfredo. His favorite movie, The Sandlot. Jack's memories and team dinners. Enjoyed having dinner with the team every Friday night. As someone special and a thank you, Jack would like to thank all of his teammates and coaches for being family at his home away from home and continuously showing their support. Among Jack's achievements, honor roll all 4 years, 4-year letterman in baseball, team captain, in 2012 8-4A first team all region in baseball. Jack will be attending Georgia College in the fall. Number 9, Luke Scoba. Escorted by parents Kim and Mike Scoba and brother Axel. Nickname, Scoba. Scoba is described by his teammates as Yankee. Favorite food is pizza. His favorite movie, The Dark Knight. The memory of Luke's hanging out in the ballpen with my boys, Jack, Patrick, and Coach Harrington. Luke wants to thank Coach Henson for making him the man he is today. Among Luke's achievements, 2-year letterman in baseball after transferring from Minnesota. An honor roll. Luke will be attending UGA in the fall. Let's have one more round of applause for our Clarke Central Baseball seniors. In just a short moment, we will announce the teams. We're going to have a special national anthem tonight. All right, let's play some baseball. Starting lineup for Loganville. The lineup on the third base line, please. Number 19, Clint Frazier. Number 21, Kyle Hall. Number 2, David Mayo. Number 17, Daniel Milligan. Number 6, Andrew Clay. Number 1, David Chabu. Number 23, Brandon Moncrief. Number 9, Clarke Caleb. Number 10, Logan Maddox. Number 22, Royce Harrison. The rest of the team will join him on the third base line, please. Starting lineup, Clarke Central Gladiators. Number 5, Noah Fairbairn. Number 15, Patrick Matthews. Number 23, Jack Elliott Gower. Number 16, Hunter Futz. Number 21, Luke Bennett. Number 19, Tucker Crumpton. Number 18, Jordan Bonner. Number 9, Luke Scoba. And number 4, Isaiah Sims. The rest of the team join him on the first base line, please. We have a special treat tonight. The guest musician Kishana Armstrong, who will be singing our national anthem. She's a music therapy major at the University of Georgia. If the rest of the players and those in the stands would rise and face the flag in the north or the right field ball, please. Kishana, take it away.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, and the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the
Oh, no. It's all up on the counter right there. I guess he thought this was cool.
Check, 1, 2. Welcome to AB's Weathersby Field here on senior night for the Clarke Central Gladiators as they take on Loganville. For Clarke Central defensively this afternoon, Luke Scoba's on the mound, Elliot Gower behind the plate, and then it's pretty much been the same as it has the past few games. You got Crumpton over at first, Isaiah Sims at second, Hunter Cutts at short, Noah Fairbairn at third. Across the outfield from left to right, we have Luke Bennett, Patrick Matthews, and Jordan Bonner. The Red Devils come up to the plate here in the top of the first inning with big man Clint Frazier, center field this afternoon. And the first pitch to him is a swinging strike that he fouled off back toward the street. Clint is not only the top prospect in Georgia, but the top prospect in the country this year. He did commit to UGA, but you know, with all those top prospects, probably go pretty high in the draft and have a big decision to make. And the 0-1 pitch to him from Scoba is high and away for ball one. Following up Frazier, you have Kyle Hall and David Mayo in the 3-hole, and another curveball high and tight. Looks like they're staying away from that fastball. I know he can put it in play and do some damage. They played him on Monday at Loganville, and Clarke Central did lose 12-2. They got 2 hits, and one of them was from Luke Bennett. Yeah, excuse me, Luke Bennett, who had one of the 2 hits was a home run. They scored 2 runs in the game, and a 3-1 count here on the leadoff batter, Frazier. As a light rain comes down, that is ball 4, and Frazier's on with a walk. Rather have a walk than let him do any more damage than that. Light breeze blowing from left to right, out toward right field, and a bit overcast with some rain coming down right now, and kind of came in real quick this afternoon. Didn't really notice that it was going to happen. The first pitch to Kyle Hall is in there for strike 1. Kyle Hall playing third base this afternoon. Like I said, following him up is David Mayo, Daniel Milligan in the 4-hole, Andrew Clay, David Chabot, Brandon Moncrief, Logan Maddox, and Royce Hairston rounding out their order. The 0-1 delivery is way outside for ball 1, 1-1 count. I did mention this was senior night for the Gladiators. It's Luke Scoba, Hunter Cutts, Tucker Crumpton, Luke Bennett, and Jack Elliott Gower, who are all starting the game as they all should. And the next pitch to Kyle Hall was in there for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out, and Frazier on at first takes his lead. Scoba checks and delivers. And Hall hits a shot down out to center. Matthews turns around. That will be over his head. One bounce up against the wall. Frazier heads to third. And Hall is in there with a stand-up double. So already early on, the Red Devils have something going. Nobody out. Runners on second and third. And putting Scoba down in a hole. David Mayo, opposing pitcher today, digs in for his first at-bat of the day. First pitch to him is in there for strike one. Nice little off-speed pitch by Scoba. The 0-1 fouled right off Gower's mask behind the plate. No balls, 2 strikes here on Mayo. Clarke Central did win their last game. They played a makeup game yesterday against Cedar Shoals, and that ball is skied to right field. Bonner settles under it and will retire David Mayo, but Frazier will come in to score and Hall over to third. So an early 1-0 lead for the Red Devils, playing a little bit of small ball after 2 big hits, or 1 big hit, excuse me, after that leadoff walk to Clint Frazier. Daniel Milligan stepping up to the plate, swings at the first pitch and fouls it back to the screen for strike one. But as I was saying, the Gladiators played the Jaguars of Cedar Shoals yesterday in a makeup game that was originally scheduled for last Friday but got rained out, and they played a pretty good game overall. Scored 9 runs in the entire game, only gave up 3, and Patrick Matthews was once again very impressive on the mound. Didn't allow a hit for, I think it was 12 straight innings. And so he ended up going the distance in that game, getting the win, taking the Classic 8 championship. As that ball's grounded to Crumpton over at first, he takes it himself for the second out of the inning. And Hall is not able to advance as that ball was hit pretty hard down to Crumpton down at first. Andrew Clay, second baseman for the Red Devils, digging into the box. Right-hander on right-hander right now. The first pitch to Clay is high and away for ball 1. The rain looks like it's picked up maybe just a little bit here in the past few minutes, coming in more sideways with that wind, as well as the wind is picked up. And the 1-0 delivery from Scoba. Clay flies that one to right. Sims and Bonner go back. Bonner overruns that ball, and Hall will come around to score, and Clay will be in at second, heading to third on the wild throw, and that will be a double and a throwing error for Andrew Clay. The wind definitely played an effect on that ball as Sims went back and Bonner came in and just kind of overran it, and the wind took it because that ball was hit really high up in the sky. And Clay's now over at third. 2-0 Red Devils here early on. David Shaboo, shortstop, hits a line drive down the third baseline but foul. Shaboo, the shortstop for the Red Devils today. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here in the top of the first inning, 2 runs across the board already for the Red Devils. And the 0-1 is low for ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Scoba comes set and delivers. Nice curveball in there on the inner half for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Shabu awaits the 1-2. Hits a fly ball out to center. Matthews comes in and will retire Shabu for the 3rd out of the inning. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base for the Red Devils here in the top of the 1st inning as they take the early 2-0 lead. Clarke Central coming to bat here in the bottom of the 1st. For the Red Devils defensively, Mayo's on the mound, Harrison behind the plate, Milligan over at first. Across the infield is Clay, Shabu, and Hall at third. Around the outfield from left to right, you have Califf, Frazier, and Maddox. Clarke Central's order is once again unchanged for the most part, other than Luke Scope is in the lineup today, but Noah Fairbairn leading off the game once again. Singled in the game yesterday. The first pitch to Fairbairn is in there, or high, excuse me, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. And it's in there for strike 1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mayo's pretty quick to the plate once he gets on the mound, kind of. And that ball is down in the dirt for ball 2. He kind of comes up, slows up, and then as soon as he starts heading home with his delivery, he speeds it way up, and he's throwing pretty hard right now as the 2-1 is grounded to second. Clay Fields throws over to Milligan and retires Fairbairn for the 1st out of the inning. Patrick Matthews digging into the box right now. Was hit by a pitch twice yesterday and wasn't too happy about it as he swings through the first pitch for strike 1 right down the heart of the plate. Yesterday he got hit right between the letters, or the numbers I should say, on the back of his jersey, and he waits the 0-1, and that is on the outside corner for strike 2. Matthews threw a gem on the mound yesterday. And that ball is high and away for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's one of those throwaway pitches we were talking about yesterday. You kind of don't want to give the batter anything to see there. You kind of want to keep him up to the plate, hoping he chases at one of your pitches. And just like he did right there, another high slider it looked like. And Matthews offered at it and goes down swinging for the 2nd out of the inning. Senior Jack Elliott Gower digging in, catching as normal for the Gladiators and trying to get something started for the Gladiators tonight. That ball's down in the dirt for ball 1. Nice stop back there by Harrison. Elliott Gower awaits the 1-0 and grounds it up the middle. Shabu almost got to it and fielded it on the second base side of the bag, but wasn't able to field it cleanly, and Elliott Gower's on with a single.
Now batting shortstop, number 16, Hunter Cutts.
Another senior stepping into the box right now is Hunter Cutts. And that is low for ball one. The 1-0 delivery to Cutts, and Cutts grounds it over to short. Shabu fields, throws over to second. Clay will retire Elliott Gower to end the inning. No runs, one hit, no errors, no runners left on base after one full inning. The Red Devils lead the Gladiators 2-0. Two up for the Red Devils this inning. You have Brandon Moncrief, Logan Maddox, and Royce Harrison, then back up to the top of the order.
Number 23, Brandon Moncrief.
Brandon Moncrief, the designated hitter. He's hitting for Caliph this afternoon. He's playing out in left. And the first pitch to him from Scoba is right on the outside corner for strike one. Nice pitch right there by Scoba. The 0-1 delivery is a little hanging curveball. It's flied. Cutts goes back. Bennett comes in and drops it. And Moncrief will be on via an error by Luke Bennett out in left field.
Now batting number 10, Logan Maddox.
Second error of the ball game. And that kind of sums up what happened yesterday. They had 5 errors in the game and were fortunate to come out with a win, but just kind of booting the ball here and there, throwing the ball away, and it kind of sums up their season as well, as they've committed quite a few errors this year. And coach is working with them and hoping they can bring those errors down and start playing some smart baseball out there. And Logan Maddox digs into the box. First pitch to him was out and away for ball one as Scoba steps off. The 1-0 delivery is fouled toward Baxter Street over there for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Had a few close calls yesterday on cars and only hit one. Didn't break a window, just kind of hit the door. This car was passing by, but they were all smiles. And the 1-1 delivery from Scoba as he checks the runner on first hits Maddox in the little curveball that didn't curve at all. So you got runners on first and second for Loganville, and once again, two leadoff batters in the inning reach base, and last inning Frazier and Hall both came around to score. And so you have Moncrief on at second, Maddox over at first, and the 9-hole hitter Royce Harrison stepping into the box right now with big man Clint Frazier on deck. First pitch is low for ball one. Home plate umpire kind of squeezing the zone this afternoon. Didn't really give Scoba a few low, right around the knee pitches, and even last inning when Fairbairn was up, the first pitch to him I thought was right over the heart of the plate, but once again I'm not an umpire as that ball is flied to left. Bennett and Matthews come together. Matthews calls off Bennett, settles under it, and will retire Harrison for the first out of the inning. Runners are not able to advance as the ball was kind of in the left center gap, and it would have been a real close play with Moncrief heading to third. Moncrief still on at second, Maddox on at first, and Clint Frazier digging into the box right now. Walked back in the first inning, came around to score after Kyle Hall doubled him around to third. First pitch to Frazier is a little curveball that's skied once again. Cutts goes back, settles under it, and will retire Frazier. Scoba got away with a little hanging curveball right there, and Frazier just got a little bit under that and wasn't able to put good metal on that one, and so he's 0 for 1 on the day. Kyle Hall doubled back in the first inning, came around to score as Clay hit him in, and Scoba steps off and checks Moncrief down at second. Checks him at second and delivers the first pitch to Hall. It is right there on the inside corner for strike one. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Clarke Central getting 2 outs with the first 2 guys reaching base this inning, so haven't let anybody get on as he hits that ball to the left. Bennett goes back, settles under it, and will retire the side here in the top of the second inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base after 1.5 here at AB Weathersby Field. The Red Devils still lead 2-0. Here in the bottom of the second inning, you have Luke Bennett, Tucker Crumpton, Jordan Bonner, and if anyone gets on, pitcher Luke Scoba. Their Gladiators are down by 2 here in the bottom of the second inning, and Luke Bennett was also hit by a pitch in the game yesterday against Cedar Shoals. It's kind of a hitting frenzy for Clarke Central. They were able to get good contact on a lot of balls, and they keep doing that here as that ball's grounded, and Shabu Fields throws over to first, and Bennett is retired for the first out of the inning. But as I was saying, they've been putting real good contact on the ball, haven't been going down on strikeout, and just hasn't been finding any holes for the Gladiators lately. It will find it eventually, but right now it's just hard to find those holes. Tucker Crumpton stepping into the box, a little check swing. Ball 1. And now the appeal down to first base is for a strike. No ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Tucker Crumpton singled in the game yesterday and had 2 hard hit balls, 1 down to third that the Jaguars third baseman snagged and found something in his glove right there as the 0-1 is in there for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes here to Crumpton as he waits. Does not offer at that high pitch, and it's a tough one to lay off as a batter. That thing looks like it's coming in right at the eye level. Looks like you can hit that thing about a mile, and it's a lot harder to hit than it looks like, because the 1-2 bounces right in front of the plate for ball 2 as Harrison makes a nice stop back there behind the plate. The 2-2 offering. And Crumpton does offer at that one, another check swing, and he goes down swinging for the second out of the inning. Kind of mirroring back to the first inning as Fairbairn went down on a ground ball, then Matthews struck you out, and Gower ended up singling, and so we'll see if Bonner can do the same here. Try and get something going with 2 outs. As they did that yesterday. They had a 2-out rally that got them going offensively. The first pitch to Bonner is on the outside corner for strike 1. A little bit low there on the 0-1 offering for ball 1. The 1-1 is in there for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Crossed right around the knees there on the inner half. That ball is down in the dirt and have to make a throw over to first, and Bonner is retired. 3 strikeouts on the day for Mayo. 3 up, 3 down go the Gladiators after 2 full innings. The Red Devils still lead 2-0. It's like Christmas. And we're back here at Clarke Central for the top of the 3rd inning. David Mayo stepping up to the plate, hit a sacrifice fly out to right back in the 1st inning, and he's been dealing on the mound this afternoon, and he hasn't let this weather affect him at all, moving real quickly and trying to get a few more runs on the board so he can keep this thing going, as the first pitch to him is down in the dirt for ball 1, 1 ball, no strikes. Scoba took something off that one a little bit and kind of slowed up his delivery as that ball bounced in the front part of the left-handed batter's box. The 1-0 is lined to left field, fall right in front of Bennett, and David Mayo will be on with the leadoff single.
Now batting first baseman Daniel Milligan.
Daniel Milligan, who grounded pretty hard over to Crumpton back in the first, wasn't able to get the runners advanced, but has a chance here to move Mayo around and put up some more runs for the Red Devils. First pitch to Milligan is low and in for ball one. Scoba checks Mayo over at first. Crumpton holding him on. And he delivers. Nice off-speed pitch. Backdoor curveball right there. For Scoba. A 1-1 count here on Milligan. Pretty decent crowd on hand even with the conditions. They got about half a dozen umbrellas sitting out there right now, and Milligan awaits the 1-1 from Scoba. That one's down and in once again. 2 balls, 1 strike here on the cleanup hitter for Loganville. Is a little off-speed pitch that Milligan kind of got crossed up on as that curveball came in toward his hands and just fouled it off back toward the screen. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody out here in the top of the 3rd inning. David Mayo over at first after a leadoff single, and that is another curveball that was down and in, full count. The rain is let up just a little bit here. And another one down and in for ball 4 as Milligan walks down to first and Mayo up to second. Scoba's been missing down and in pretty much all day, kind of holding onto the ball just a little bit too long on his delivery and not putting himself in positions to make some outs. Once again, this was the case in the 2nd and the 1st inning. The leadoff 2 batters are on for Loganville. And Clay hits a shot out to center, and Matthews gets to it and will retire Clay for the first out of the inning. So before I could even announce Andrew Clay stepping into the box, it's a hard line drive, but Matthews doesn't have to move very much and retires him for the first out. Shabu, the shortstop, busy out there in the field for Loganville, is digging into the box now with 1 out and runners on first and second. A nice curveball there on the inner half for strike 1. Clarke Central wearing the yellow tops once again. Loganville wearing the red tops, white pants. Scoba steps off as Mayo is getting a little bit too big of a lead. Wanted to keep him honest out there. Scoba delivers, and Shabu hits a hard fly ball, and Bennett will settle under that for the 2nd out of the inning. Throws to third, and close play, and Mayo is in there at 3rd base after a nice relay throw from Hunter Cutts. A few groans from the fans here on the Clarke Central side as they thought he was out. It was a real bang-bang play. Could have gone either way, and this time it went Loganville's way. As 2 outs here. Runners now on 2nd and 3rd. As Brandon Moncrief reached on error back in the 2nd inning to lead off the inning and steps into the box. And nice curveball in there for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. 2-0 lead for the Red Devils. They have runners on second and third. And Moncrief, it's a fly ball. Sims steps back 1 step, comes back onto the dirt, and settles under that one for the 3rd out of the inning. So after the 2 leadoff batters get on, no damage is done, and the Loganville Red Devils still lead 2-0 after 2.5. Who? First guy.
Starting off with the Gladiators, pitcher Luke Scoba.
Scoba stepping up to the plate for his first at-bat of the day after Crumpton and Bonner both went down swinging back in the bottom of the second. The first 2 pitches to him are ball. 2 balls, no strikes. And that one is not in there. 3 balls, no strikes, nobody out. And Scoba does what he's supposed to do and looks at that one as that one crosses the plate for strike 1. Man, those 3-0 counts look probably the best pitches you'll see all day as they cross right over the heart of the plate. And the 3-1 is just a tad low. And Scoba reaches on a walk, leadoff walk here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And Isaiah Sims stepping up to the plate for Clarke Central.
Second baseman Isaiah Sims.
Sims squares around a bunt, pokes at it, and does not lay it down. Strike 1. Sims needs to let that ball come to him and not go after it and be able to lay down a nice bunt. Sims gets settled, squares around once again, and this time pulls back, and that one's on the outside corner for strike 2. Clarke Central only giving up 3 hits this afternoon, but 2 runs early on got them in the hole and trying to battle back ever since. 0-2 to Sims. And Sims swings through that one for strike 3. First out of the inning. The top of the order comes back up to the plate. Noah Fairbairn grounded to second base back in the first. First pitch to him is high and tight for ball 1. talked about it yesterday. Fairbairn's a real young kid out there and getting some valuable playing experiences. He's going to be a crucial part to the team next year. He's already a leadoff batter of the team, playing third base, getting a lot of reps, and just makes you a better player as the days go on. The 1-0 delivery is a nice little curveball in there on the inner half for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the third inning. And that one is in there for strike 2, right over the heart of the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 delivery, Mayo checks the runner at first and delivers, and Fairbairn kind of swings at that one. Will not be able to advance to first base, but Scoba will go up to second. He's not able to advance on that pass ball down to first because the base was occupied, but Scobo did head down to second. So with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning, Clarke Central is a runner in scoring position, and Patrick Matthews stepping up to the plate. First pitch from Mayo to Matthews is out and away for ball 1. Other region scores out there. Flowery Branch leads Heritage 2-0 in the bottom of the third inning, and we have no report as of right now on the Salem Cedar game. We will keep you up to date on those games as Mayo gets ready to deliver the 1-0. Matthews lines that one down the right field line, but foul. Kind of crossed him up there at the plate as that ball was in on the hands, and he just dropped the barrel and hit it out toward right field. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mayo comes set, checks Scoba at second and delivers. Matthews fouls that one back to the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the third inning. 2-0 lead for the Red Devils. Clarke Central's been able to keep those bats quiet for Loganville today after a 12-2 loss the other day to them. And Matthews swings through that off-speed pitch for strike 3, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base after 3 full innings. Like I said, Loganville still leads 2-0.
Leading off for the Red Devils, number 10, Logan Maddox.
Logan Maddox, the 8-hole hitter stepping up to the plate, reached base back in the second inning. Was not able to come around to score as he was stranded on first. And looks like we have an umpire delay. Maybe the umpire is MIA right now. And we are ready for play as the first base umpire returns to the field. Short bathroom break on the intermission between innings, and first pitch from Scoba, as the rain has picked up a little bit here over the past half inning or so, and first pitch is in there for strike one to Logan Maddox. Maddox, the right fielder for Loganville, swings at that off-speed pitch right there for strike two. Nice curveball off the outer half. And the 0-2 is right off the plate. Another waste pitch. Not a bad location. Maybe see if you get Maddox swinging at that one. And Maddox was able to lay off. 1-2 count. And Maddox flies that one toward Baxter Street, and no reaction, so no damage done. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out here in the top of the 4th inning. A nice curveball in the inner half does not get the call from the umpire. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Probably a little bit high, but nice option he had right there. Kind of started that one right at the Maddox's left shoulder and came right across the plate as Maddox fouls the 2-2 offering back toward his own dugout. Staying in there battling. Maddox swings through the 2-2 for strikeout number 1 on the day for Luke Scoba. 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. A little bit different type pitcher is Scoba than Patrick Matthews, who's been on the mound multiple times over the past few days. And Matthews more of a power hitter, and Scoba more of a finesse pitcher, as the first pitch to Royce Harrison is low and away for ball 1. And like I said, the rain has picked up, the wind has died, and a nice steady stream of rain coming down right now at AB Weathersby. 2 balls, no strikes here on Harrison. That is a nice fastball on the outer half for strike 1. That is the first time that Clarke Central has retired the leadoff batter for Loganville this afternoon. Harrison fouls that 2-1 offering back toward the screen for strike 2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the 4th inning, Loganville leads 2-0, and 2-2 offering. It's a little grounder to Sims. Sims fields, and it gets right under his glove, and yet another error made by Clarke Central as Harrison reaches base. Three errors, on the day for Clarke Central, and it's tough to win a ball game when you make errors, especially 3 errors. You have more errors than the other team has runs right now, and Clint Frazier, who is 0 for 1 on the day, a walk and a fly out to short. Like I said, though, he's a top prospect, high school prospect around the country this year, and already has committed to Georgia, but we'll see what this upcoming MLB draft has in store for him. His first pitch to him was low for ball one. He fouls the 1-0 offering toward Baxter Street once again for a 1-1 count. Hasn't really had solid contact on the ball today. Scoba got away with a little bit of a hanging curveball back in the second inning and was able to get Frazier to pop out, but didn't give him really anything to hit back in the first. Frazier kind of crouching over the plate, and curveball that broke right over Frazier's head, and he stumbles back toward his own dugout. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. One is up in the zone for ball 3. Another one of those curveballs that Scoba's got to get down in the zone or it's going to hurt him. The 3-1 offering, and Frazier hits a shot. That is a no doubt about it home run. He knew it right off the bat, and Frazier will trot around the bases as he hits a 2-run home run here in the top of the 4th inning. And no wind, nothing. That was just a really hard hit ball that was left up in the zone by Scoba, and gets a big greeting at the plate. And Loganville now leads 4-0. Second run he's scored this afternoon. He scored back in the first. Kyle Hall steps up to the plate now. First pitch to him is down and in for ball 1. Another one of those down and in pitches that Scoba's been throwing all afternoon that just haven't been getting the calls from the umpire. The 1-0 was also low in the zone for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out here. Kyle Hall digs into the box and hits a fly ball out to right. Bonner comes in, Sims goes out. Bonner will call off Sims and will retire Kyle Hall for the second out of the inning.
Batting for the Red Devils, the pitcher, David Mayo.
Pitcher David Mayo up to the plate. 1 for 2 on the day. Had a sacrifice fly back in the first and a single in the third. First pitch to Mayo was in there for strike 1, and the 0-1 was just a tad low. Ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2 runs across the board here in the 4th. 4-0 lead for Loganville over the Gladiators. And the 1-1 offering from Scoba is out and away for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Three balls now, 1 strike, as that ball was down and away once again. Mayo trying to help out his own cause here and get on bases. Once again, that one's down and away for ball 4. He heads down to first after a walk. Daniel Milligan stepping up to the plate. We'll have a pinch runner for Loganville.
Now batting, first baseman, Daniel Milligan.
It looks like it will be Clarke Califf, who is actually out, not Clarke Califf. It will be Chandler Downing running for the pitcher. David Mayo, one of those courtesy runner rules in high school baseball is That ball's grounded hard toward the Clarke Central dugout by Daniel Milligan and kind of scatters the players. Had the fence there, but coach and players kind of got out of the way as McHugh runs down there to get the ball. It's 0-1 count here, 2 outs. Downing over at first and gets checked, and another ball down and in once again by Scoba. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. The 1-1 delivery from Scoba is grounded once again, this time into the dugout, scatters the team, and ran out of balls right there as umpire looks to the dugout as they're all getting back in order. And one ball, 2 strike count here on Milligan. Downing over at first as he came into pinch run for pitcher David Mayo. 2 runs across the board here in the top of the 4th. That curveball got away from Scoba a little bit as that one was out and away for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two up and away once again, full count. Luke Scoba throwing a lot of pitches here in this ball game. Hasn't been really as effective as I've seen him. He's throwing a lot of balls down and in, high and away. But the 3-2 count is Downing takes off, and will be ball 4 to Daniel Milligan. Back-to-back walks here with 2 outs in the bottom or top of the 4th inning, bringing Andrew Clay to the box.
Now batting, second baseman, Andrew Clay.
Slight drizzle it looks like still going on out there as 2 runners on for Loganville, and Clay hits a grounder to short, cuts, lets that one go through his legs as Downing will come around to score. Milligan over to third, and Clay in there at second after reaching on an error. 4th error on the day
Now batting, shortstop.
for the Gladiators, and kind of the storyline this afternoon. 4 errors, giving up 5 runs total. Two errors this inning. Both times it has costed them runs. First pitch to David Shabu is high for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs. Clarke Central did have 2 outs before that one, and looked like that may have ended the inning, but gives Loganville 1 more run. The 1-0 delivery from Scoba. Fouled off at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. We have an update on the score. In region, Flowery Branch now leads Heritage 4-0 in the top of the 4th. Still no report on Salem or Cedar. Winder Barrow has an off day today. A 1-1 count here on Shabu. And this one is high and tight, and Shabu gets out of the way. 2 balls, 1 strike. The 2-1 delivery from Scoba is high once again. 3 balls, 1 strike. He's high with that curveball. Has been all day. It hurt him when Frazier hit that bomb to center field, probably going about 400 feet back in the earlier back in this inning. And 3-1 count, 2 outs here on Shabu, and Shabu grounds that one toward his dugout, and this time his dugout scatters. Full count, 2 outs. Runners will not be moving as there's no force out at any of the bases right now. And Clarke Central would love to get out of this inning without giving up any more runs. Try to get back in the dugout and try to get things going. And that ball is swung at and missed. Hits the dirt. Play over at first. Crumpton touches, and Shabu goes down swinging to end the inning. 2 strikeouts on the day for Luke Scoba. 2 errors that inning. Only 1 hit. But it was that big 2-run home run by Clint Frazier as the Red Devils now take a 5-0 lead after 4.5 innings. Or 3.5 innings, excuse me. And we're back for the bottom of the 4th inning. Clarke Central now trails 5-0 after 2 errors back in the bottom of the, or top of the 4th inning, and a big home run by center fielder Clint Frazier. Kind of hanging curveball that he was able to get a hold of that time and didn't miss it.
Starting off for the Gladiators.
Jack Elliott Gower walking up, digging into the plate to lead off the top of the 4th, or bottom of the 4th inning for the Gladiators. Did have a 2 RBI single in the game yesterday. Kind of got them going offensively, so maybe he can do the same thing here as that ball is down in the dirt for ball 1. The 1-0 delivery from Mayo is grounded to third off the glove of Hall, bounces out toward the dugout, and Elliott Gower's on. That will be an error charged on Hall as that one hit off his glove, and Elliott Gower reaches on the error. Hunter Cutts digs in, had a big home run in the game yesterday. Right over the sea in right center field, and no real doubt about that one either, as the first pitch to him is down in the zone for ball 1. First time that Clarke Central's had, or excuse me, second time in a row now that Clarke Central's had their leadoff runner on. They had their runner on back in the 3rd off a walk, but weren't able to advance him very far. He's only be able to reach second base. Mayo throws over to first, and Elliott Gower able to get back safely. That was a real close play over there. Nice move by Mayo on the mound. Another throw over, and Elliott Gower gets back in standing once again. The 1-0 deliveries. Cuts is fouled off the fence for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Once again, throw over to first, and Elliott Gower back in safely. Mayo's pretty worried about Gower over there at first base, and comes set at the mound and on to home. Cut's not offering it. That curveball down and in. 2 balls, 1 strike here on Cuts. The 2-1 is in there for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Elliot Gower gets his lead over at first. Mayo checks him and delivers, and that ball is in there for strike 3 on the inner half. Cuts goes down looking, not too pleased on the call right there, but 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Luke Bennett walks up and digs into the plate, digs into the box, and 2 hits on the day for Clarke Central, equalizing how many hits they had in the game on Monday, and another throw over to first, and Elliot Gower gets back safely as he was barely walking off the bag before they threw over. Mayo comes set, checks Gower at first, and Gower's off and hits Gower with the throw, and he's in there safely. Throw kind of sailed on Harrison back there toward the second base side of the bag, and Shabu wasn't able to get to it, and it kind of hits Elliot Gower on the, look like the lower back maybe, and nonetheless he's in there safely with a stolen base, and Clarke Central's got something going. 1 out, runner in scoring position. Luke Bennett up to the plate. One strike here on Bennett. And the delivery. Bennett hits a shot out to right center. Frazier goes back, dives at that one, isn't able to get to it. Elliot Gower rounds third, heads home. Bennett heads to third. Will be a close play. Goes in head first, and he will be out. Is able to score Elliot Gower from second base, but got a little too greedy as he headed to third base. Will be credited with a double, but he's pretty pleased with that hit. 1 run now across the board for Clarke Central. 5-1 lead for Loganville.
Now batting, senior, number 19, Tucker Crumpton.
Tucker Crumpton digs into the box right now. Struck out swinging back in the 2nd inning. Would love to get a hit here on senior day. He's got 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th inning, and first pitch to him is low for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Mayo looks way more comfortable out of the windup. As the 1-0 comes in, and Crumpton hits a long foul ball down the third base line in toward the houses over there, and 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs. 1 run across the board. First run across the board today for Clarke Central's. Mayo delivers his 1-1. Nice curveball in there for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mayo wiping the ball off. Seems like every time he gets the ball back from Harrison behind the plate, and doesn't want one slipping and making a mistake, but the 1-2 delivery has Crumpton, swings right through that one, and he goes down. But not after a big 1-out double by Luke Bennett that scored Jack Elliot Gower, and Bennett did get caught being a little bit too greedy, but cut into the Loganville lead, and Loganville now leads 5-1 after 4 full innings. here in the top of the 5th inning. 7, 8, 9 are up to the plate for the Red Devils. Moncrief, Maddox, and Harrison, and then back to the top of the order for Clint Frazier if anyone gets on. And we all know what he can do after he hit that long home run back in the 4th.
Number 23,
Moncrief digs in. First pitch from Scoba bounces about 3 feet short of home plate for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Another bouncer to the plate for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. As you can kind of see some sun peeking out behind the clouds over there on the left field side of play, and can't really see any rain coming down right now, but the 2-0 bounces short of the plate once again. 3 balls, no strikes here on Moncrief. Scoba just needs to get one to the plate right now. Three balls, no strikes, nobody out. And once again, that ball is off the plate. 4-pitch walk, and Moncrief is on to lead off the inning.
Batting number 10, Logan Maddox.
8-hole hitter Logan Maddox reached back in the 2nd, struck out swinging in the 4th. Led off the 4th inning and hits a line drive toward left field. Will fall in the grass, and he will be on with a single. Runners now on 1st and 2nd. Nobody out, and Royce Harrison digs in.
Now batting, catcher, Royce Harrison.
Scoba checks. Moncrief at 2nd and delivers, and ball is way high and tight for ball 1. Looks like got a little bit of the curve ball got away from him right there. The 1-0 delivery. And that is a line drive toward the right center field gap. Nice play out there by Jordan Bonner. A sliding catch that saves probably 1, maybe 2 runs. And that will be the first out of the inning as Royce Harrison goes down on a nice play by Jordan Bonner. Bonner shaded to his right and did a little feet first slide right there and made a real nice break on the ball. Clint Frazier stepping into the box right now. Had that big 2-run home run back in the top of the 4th inning and has 2 runners on here. Scoba doesn't want to make any mistakes, leaving the ball up in the zone. This one bounces way in front of the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 delivery from Scoba as he checks the runner on 2nd is down in the dirt on the left-handed batter's box for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out. Nobody warming up out there in the Clarke Central bullpen. Frazier awaits the 2-0 from Scoba. Another ball down in the dirt, and both runners will advance as that ball gets past Elliot Gower behind the plate. Now runners on 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. And a 3-ball, no strike count here on Clint Frazier. It would not hurt Clarke Central to let this one go and let Frazier walk on down to first base. Kind of surprised that they aren't throwing an intentional walk right here, giving him, putting the hand over into the right or into the left-handed batter's box, but setting way up out there, not going to give him anything to look at, and as they should, as Frazier heads down with his second walk of the day, loading up the bases here for Kyle Hall, who doubled back in the first, has flown out to the outfield in his past 2 at-bats, so he does have some power and has the bases loaded with only 1 out. You're heading into the heart of the Red Devil order. And Hall hits a fly ball out to right. Bonner takes 1 step back, fields it, will retire Hall. 1 run will come in. Shabu comes in or Moncrief comes in to score. Maddox over to third. Frazier still on at first. Now a 6-1 lead for the Red Devils. Here in the top of the 5th inning. Calling out a 1st and 3rd play. Probably have one of the middle infielders cut in onto the infield grass if Frazier does try to steal, and see if they can make a play on Maddox, as he will most likely head home if they throw down to second. Frazier does not go as that first pitch in to David Mayo is in there for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Frazier stays put again, and Mayo hits a hard ground ball down the third baseline, foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Bases loaded and only 1 out. Be real nice if Clarke Central could get out of here, only giving up 1 run. Mayo standing way far up in the box, left foot almost on the front chalk line, and Scoba steps off, checks Frazier over at first, and now delivers, and Frazier takes off as that ball's fouled back toward the screen. Staying alive in the box is Mayo. In the 0-2 pitch is way outside. Frazier takes off, pump fake by Elliott Gower, and Maddox doesn't budge. So now you got runners on second and third. 2 outs, 1-2 count here on the 3-hole hitter, David Mayo. The 1-2 delivery. It's a nice little off-speed pitch that gets Mayo out in front. Matthews comes in and will retire Mayo for the 3rd out of the inning. After bases loaded and 1 out, Clarke Central gets out of the inning, only giving up 1 run as Loganville extends their lead 6-1 over the Gladiators. We'll have a new pitcher for Loganville as Milligan comes into the ballgame. Right-handed pitcher this time. So he will move from first base into pitch, which means Logan Maddox will be over at first. Califf has moved. Clarke Califf has moved to right field. And it looks like David Mayo has moved from pitcher out to left. So let me recap that. You got David Mayo out in left. Clarke Caleb has moved from left to right. Milligan has come in to pitch from first base, and Maddox has moved from right field down to first base. So 4 defensive changes for the Red Devils here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Now pitching for the Red Devils, number 17, Daniel Milligan. Leading off for the Gladiators, number 18, Jordan Bonner.
Almost through the lineup twice now for the Gladiators as Jordan Bonner, 7, 8, 9 are up here in the bottom of the 5th inning for the Gladiators. Bonner went down swinging back in the 2nd. Did have a double in the game yesterday. So the first pitch is low for ball 1. Milligan's throwing probably just as hard or maybe a little harder than Mayo was. And Bonner hits a line drive to center. Frazier tracks it down for the first out of the inning. Kind of a little bit of a herky-jerky motion out there for Milligan. All over the place, but does have a nice trajectory to his ball. Kind of flattens out toward the plate. Doesn't have a lot of movement on it. Real quick to the plate, though. That ball's down in the dirt for ball 1 as Luke Scoba steps up to the plate. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th inning. That is strike on the outside corner. Right around the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. That ball bounces about 2.5 feet in front of the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nice stop back there by Harrison. Bounce off to his mask. The 2-1 delivery is in there for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Scoba. Scoba walked back in the 3rd inning. He led off the 3rd inning with a walk. Ended up reaching to second base and got stranded there as he starts swinging but holds up. We do have a new catcher behind the plate, Brandon Williams. Excuse me, Harrison was taken out of the game as the 3-2 is low for ball 4. And Scoba will be on with yet another walk. 2 walks on the day for him. So Brandon Williams now catching for the Red Devils. Clarke Central does have some buddy warming up in the bullpen. It looks like it's Terry McHugh out there. No. Oh, excuse me. Terry McHugh came in to pinch run for Luke Scoba. I missed that one as I was changing my roster here. But Luke Bennett is actually warming up in the Clarke Central bullpen as Isaiah Sims looks at the 1-0 pitch in there for strike 1. So you may see a pitching change here in the top of the 6th inning for the Gladiators. It's the 1-1. Isaiah swings right through that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Zone was high and tight on Sims, right in on the hands. The 1-2 delivery, and Sims holds back this time, and 2-2 count. McHugh over at first takes his lead. And the 2-2 delivery, and Sims fouls this one off toward Baxter Street. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fairbairn on deck. 0 for 2 on the day for him, and Sims did strike out back in the third. That ball is on the outside corner for strike 3, and Sims goes down looking this time. 2 strikeouts on the day. That is the
Now batting,
8th strikeout that Clarke Central has done this afternoon. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Fairbairn stepping up to the plate. And the first pitch to him is down in the dirt for ball 1. And nice stop back there by Williams. McHugh's not able to advance. Fairbairn waits the 1-0. McHugh takes off. That ball is grounded right to second base, and Clay steps on the bag, doesn't really have to move, and will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base after 5 full innings here at Clarke Central. Loganville still leads 6-1. Luke Bennett still out in left field, so we will not see a pitching change here to start the top of the 6th inning. Scoba's still out there on the mound, but if he does run into any trouble, we will most certainly see Bennett as he was warming up back in the bottom of the 5th. 4-hole hitter Daniel Milligan up to the plate now for the Red Devils. 2 walks on the day, grounded out back in the first. 0 for 1. First pitch to him is down in the dirt. The 1-0 is in there for strike 1. Nice curveball. Started on the outer half, cut over the middle of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Milligan hits a line drive to center, will fall in front of Matthews, and Milligan will be on with a leadoff single. Andrew Clay
Now batting, number 6, Andrew Clay.
steps up to the plate now as Coach Henson will walk on out to the mound, and it looks like he will bring Luke Bennett into the ballgame as Bennett starts walking slowly into the infield, and it's exactly what he will do as Scoba's day is done. Giving up 6 runs on 6 hits. He had 4 errors committed back in the field, and it's like Chandon Haynes will take his spot. Chandon Haynes will be out in left field. So we will step away for a minute as Luke Bennett will warm up here in the top of the 6th inning. 1 runner on base for Loganville. They lead 6-1.
mound for the Gladiators, Luke Bennett. Now batting for the Red Devils, number 6, Andrew Clay.
Two balls, no strikes here on Andrew Clay. As Luke Bennett came in relief of Scoba on the mound. And that ball is grounded to Sims at second. Sims fields, throws over to Cuts, Cuts over to first, will not throw over to first, so we had a pinch runner, did not get that pinch runner. He was forced out at second base, and Clay on with the fielder's choice. David Shabu stepping into the batter's box. 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning as Bennett checks the runner at first and delivers, and that ball's in there for strike 1. That ball is way up in the zone, and Clay takes off for second. That ball gets by Cuts, and Sims tracks it down before Clay is able to reach third. So Clay in there at second with the stolen base. Gainesville now leads Appalachia 1-0 in the bottom of the 2nd inning. That's region action for you right there. And a 1-1 count here on Shabu. Shabu hit the line drive down the right field line, will fade foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on him. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the 6th inning. Clay on at second base after stealing second, and Bennett checks him and delivers. Ball's a little bit outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 deliveries just a bit high. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Sun is finally starting to come out a little bit as clouds have moved on and winds have died down. Rain is gone. The 3-2 offering, and spins around, throws a second, and Clay's back in safely. A little bit of daylight maybe from Cuts there at second. They got that play to work yesterday, him and Matthews did, but not today. It's Bennett now comes set with the 3-2, and ball bounces in the dirt. Clay will move up to third on the little, wasn't really a pass ball, just kind of bounced to Elliot Gower's right at the plate, and Shabu is on at first. Clay over to third. Brandon Moncrief stepping up to the plate. Walked back in the 5th inning, came around to score a 6th run for the Red Devils this afternoon. The first pitch to him is in there for strike 1. Nice pitch on the lower, right around the knees, over the heart of the plate. Bennett checks. Shaboo over at first, now over to third and home, and that is just a bit low with the 0-1 curveball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And the runner takes off, and they throw down to third. That ball gets by Fairbairn, and Clay will come around to score on the errant throw by Elliott Gower. Shaboo to second. 7-1 lead now for the Red Devils. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. That curveball got away from Bennett just a little bit there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two is high and tight. Full count once again. Moncrief digs in and awaits the full count delivery from Bennett. And that one once again is high and tight. Moncrief trots on down to first. Back-to-back walks for him now, and
Now batting, number 10, Logan Maddox.
8-hole hitter Logan Maddox digs into the plate. Right-hander on right-hander. 1 out. 1 run across the board here in the top of the 6th inning. That one's high once again from Bennett. The 1-0 is in there for strike 1. Maddox stared at that pitch on the inner half. The 1-1 is skied down the left field line. Going to be foul territory. Will land in the street over there. Had home run distance on it. Opened up a little bit too early, did Maddox, and pulled that one foul. You got a 1-2 count on him now, 1 out. That ball bounces in the dirt. Shaboo over to third on what looked like a little curveball that bounced, hit off Elliott Gower's chest, and nice throw down there, close play. Shaboo able to get in safely. McCreef stays put over at first. Now runners on the corners for Logan Maddox. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and that ball once again bounces in the dirt. Moncrief now up to second base, so you got runners in scoring position for Loganville. Loganville does have somebody warming up in the bullpen down there. I can't tell who it is. And Maddox hits a fly ball down the right field line toward Baxter Street, and full count, 1 out here on the 8-hole hitter Logan Maddox. Full count delivery as the sun peeks through in the shadows, and Maddox is on with back-to-back walks now. from Luke Bennett is Mitchell Miller is the one warming up in the bullpen for Loganville as the 9-hole hitter Royce Harrison, steps up to the plate. First pitch bounces in front of the dirt. Nice stop back there by Elliott Gower. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The 1-0 is in on the inner half for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here on, it's not Royce Harrison, it's Brandon Williams came in to catch last inning. One-two count on Williams. And the 1-2 delivery from Bennett. And Williams hits a little blooping line drive out toward left. Haynes fields it, and 1 run will come in. Shabu comes around to score, and bases stay loaded as Moncrief over to third, Maddox over to second, and Brandon Williams on at first after that single, and Clint Frazier digging into the box, and there is nowhere to put this guy. Gonna have to pitch to him in this situation, and ball's down and away. Exactly what you got to do. Throw that ball down and away. Hope he hits a little ground ball. Make him hit it on the ground as shadows are over the pitcher's mound and home plate. So not a big deal. As he hits a hard ground ball off Fairbairn's glove. Moncrief will come in to score. So will Maddox. And 2 more runs across the board on that 2-run single by Clint Frazier. Brandon Williams on to second base, was not able to reach third. So Haynes got that one in back in quickly, and we will have a pinch runner, and that will be Cody Tate. Will be on at second to pinch run for Brandon Williams. One of those courtesy rules, as I was talking about, catcher and pitcher. Luke Bennett looking to get out of this inning without giving up 1 more run before this 10-run rule will 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out here on Kyle Hall. That one's in there for strike 1, 1-1 count. The 1-1 delivery is in on the outside corner for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 delivery from Bennett. It's a line drive. Not right out of the reach of Hunter Cuts at short. And another Loganville run will come around to score as Tate comes in from second base. Frazier over to third. And now a 10-run lead for Loganville. Still only 1 out as David Mayo steps up to the plate, the 9th batter to come to the plate this inning. That ball is high for ball 1. Terry McHugh looks like he's done warming up for Clarke Central out there in the bullpen. And the 1-0 count is high and tight. 2 balls, no strikes. Bennett getting a little bit frustrated out there. That one, another one high and tight. 3 balls, no strikes. 1 out. Frazier over at third, Hall over at first. 11-1 lead. That ball's grounded toward the Loganville dugout. Nice play over there by Milligan on the on deck circle. 3 balls, 1 strike now. Hit 3-0 green light, it looked like right there as he swung at that perfect pitch down the middle, and ball high for ball 4, and once again he heads down with a walk. Second walk for him on the day. We'll bring back up Daniel Milligan, who led off the inning with a single. Coach Henson will walk out, and looks like he's going to relieve. Or not. It looked like Bennett was thinking he was going to come out, and it's exactly what is going to happen. McHugh will come in to pitch. Looks like Chandon Haynes will come out out of the ball game. As I have a region score update for you. Gainesville now leads Appalachia 3-0, top of the 4th inning. McHugh will warm up, so we will step away as 5 runs have come across the board here in the top of the 6th inning. 1 out. Bases are loaded. 11-1 lead for Loganville.
If I can have your attention, please. The driver of a black Tahoe who's parked in the parking lot across the street. You're blocking someone in. Black Tahoe across the street.
After Terry McHugh takes the mound, he inherits a bases loaded, 1 out jam. 5 runs have already come across the board for Loganville here in the top of the 6th inning, increasing their lead to 10 runs now as first pitch from McHugh is down and away for ball 1. Milligan swings through the 1-0 offering. That's strike 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. And that's a ground ball. Crumpton goes to his right, fields it over to McHugh, and will retire Daniel Milligan on a nice play right there. Crumpton ranged to his left, or to his right, excuse me, and McHugh did exactly what he was supposed to do, ran over to the base, found the bag, and was able to retire Milligan for the 2nd out of the inning. Frazier did come around to score on that play, however, so now it is a 12-1 lead for Loganville as Andrew Clay reached on a fielder's choice, stole a base, came around to score back earlier in this inning and hits a fly ball out to right. Bonner steps back right at him, and that will retire the side. 6 runs across the board in the top of the 6th inning for Loganville, increasing their lead 12-1. This is Clarke Central's last chance. Unless they have to put up 2 runs to keep this game alive. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, Clarke Central has their 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Patrick Matthews, Jack Elliott Gower, and Hunter Cutts stepping up to the plate. Seniors trying to get it done. That is Elliott Gower and Cutts. Patrick Matthews, not a senior this year, but nonetheless wants to get 2 runs at least put up on the board to extend this game. Connor Hughes now playing third for Loganville. And I think that is the only defensive change. Excuse me, Chase Dawson now over at first. Cody Tate at second. Frazier has come out of the game. I can't see the number from here. It looks like Chandler Downing out there, as 2 quick pitches here to Patrick Matthews are right over the heart of the plate. No balls, 2 strikes. And that is just barely misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Milligan working real quick out there. Curveball, and Matthews able to fight that one off and hit it over to Baxter. The 1-2 delivery from Milligan. And Matthews goes down looking, and he knew it. That was right on the outside corner, no doubt about it. Strike 3. 1 out. Jack Elliott Gower, 1 for 2 on the day, reached on error back in the 4th, but did single in the 1st. Came in to score on that reach on error he had in the 4th inning. Ball down in the dirt for ball 1. The 1-0 delivery. Elliott Gower swings right through that one over the heart of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1, and Elliott Gower does offer it that one. A little check swing. Wasn't sure if he was going to go or not. Now 1-2 count, 1 out. Nice little slider right off the plate. Didn't get Elliott Gower chasing that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That ball is down in the dirt. Nice stop back there by Williams. Full count on senior Jack Elliott Gower. And the 3-2 is down in the dirt. Gower reaches base. Hunter Cuts, another senior stepping up to the plate. 0 for 2 on the day. Ground out to, or I guess it was a fielder's choice back in the first. Struck out in the fourth looking. Now would like to put the ball in play and get something going here for Clarke Central. First pitch to him is on the outside corner for strike one. No balls, 1 strike, and the delivery is down in the dirt. Nice block back there by Williams. Kept that ball in front of him. Elliott Gower not able to advance. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 is right in there on the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cuts it to soft line drive. Tate fields it over at second. Got up in the air. Nice catch out there by Tate at second base. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning, as Luke Bennett doubling back in the 4th, doubling in the only run of the ball game for Clarke Central. And Bennett hits a hard line drive down the left field line, but foul. Clarke Central's down to their final out of the ball game if they aren't able to do anything right here. No balls, 1 strike here on Luke Bennett. 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Ball's down in the dirt. Nice stop back there by Williams. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball is high and tight. Called strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Questionable call right there, as that looked like it crossed above the letters and right on the inside corner, maybe a little bit off the plate, but he got the call. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the delivery. And Bennett swings right through that one to end the ball game. On senior night, Clarke Central goes down 12-1 at the hands of Loganville. Loganville, 12 runs on 9 hits, 1 error. Clarke Central, 1 run, 3 hits, 5 errors. Again, 5 errors. Big contributor to this loss.